I think if he hadn't done that, he parked his car in Collis, they could have kicked him out.
There's no effort to be precise.
Did he move his house on Monday?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
There's no giving them.
Rent accommodation next year on
What
Monday.
you actually play with a note, it's
Yeah.
like it's a
He's got
direct
places.
pressure on the note.
Yeah.
Right, it's cool.
You just can't miss them. You
Very
just
clever.
A couple of weeks ago, or last week, we played Brecon Fringe Festival, and we did 4 gigs. We were meant to do 4 gigs, and the 4th one was we were bumped off by some covers band, and so there's a lot of disappointed people around. So next morning we got offered a gig at Theatre Bricagnac in Brecon. And although we'd been doing Greed the Rock Opera as a 5-piece with a guest appearance by Ian Milton as Rotkin, a gig at the theatre meant that we'd have to up our game a bit. And so this gig now in February is going to be an all singing, all dancing thing. You can have the final say on it, I think. Such a show off bit. Rotkin is the bad guy in Greed. He represents the 1%. He's a banker, industrialist. He's an all-round bad guy.
Have you got a spare petrol?
Yeah, that's in now.
He's performed by Ian Milton and gets some really good tunes to sing. He sings Cookies, in which he's trying to tempt Max and Calla to join his corporate lackeys.
I see big opportunities.
I see greed.
I see chances to succeed.
I see the dead.
I see big opportunities.
I see greed.
You can be happy and Larry.
I've been better off dead.
Come over to the dark side.
Come over to the dark side.
Come over to the dark side. Come over to the dark side.
Come over to the dark side.
Come over to the dark side. We got cookies.
How's it go?
And he also gets to sing God Forgive Me, which is loosely based on the Crashaw legend of the guy who knows he's dying, but he still wants to get into heaven, so he comes up with a way of putting God Forgive Me on his gravestone. But I'm not giving too much away, but comes to a sticky end.
I am not long for this world. Hoist me up and lay my body in the ground.
Have you been buying new pedals then, Billy?
I have. I've gone TC Electronic crazy.
Yeah, they're all there, aren't they? Is that going to make you play better?
It's going to make me play louder.
Talk, gossip on the down, cliche squawk. Tedious opinion, lame brain jokes between the spokes of a spinning wheel. Constant chatter of a million debates, sucking up to the mean-eyed Billy no mates. Stuck in a loop in a barbed group between the spokes of a spinning wheel. She's in a coma, but she's under the impression that she's still online. She's in a coma on a trip feed, but she's social networking all the time. Come over to the dark side, we got cookies, we could really use a man like you. And the pain that dies of manipulating lies, I won't pay that road, I'm gonna give you my soul. Come over to the dark side, come over to the dark side, come over to the dark side. Come over to the dark side, come over to the dark side, come over to the dark side. We got cookies.
Is that the second part?
The second part goes to D instead of C.
Barely counted.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Tabletop bottom on the kitchen all folk with the quarantine baby of a running back joke and the certainty of it to open the road. Lives in the laptops off the cards. It's a welcome go street for the good to go away. Friday morning is a Monday with a wedding cake. It's a get out clause for the monkey on the make between the spokes of the spinning wheel. She's in a coma, but she's under the impression that she's still online. She's in a coma, on a drip feed, but she's social networking all the time.
When you find yourself a musician and working for the man and skint, not able to pay the rent, you sit down and you think, what shall I do? What shall I do? I know, I'll write a rock opera. And that's the first thing that musicians think. I think it's quite a common thing for people to write rock operas.
Tell me about the
Want
theme
to.
of it. Greed.
The theme is, 18 months ago, I got interested in, it's all online now, is it working? You
Yeah,
can
it's all
start-
fine. I'm just showing
Oh, right.
some atmospheric shots of
Oh, we don't.
other cars
Oh,
and
look
things
at
like
it.
that.
18 months ago, or 2 years ago, I got into what's happening in the world, and I was shocked. And whether you believe, on the internet, whether you believe it or not, but it does make you think.
Rothschilds.
Well, the Rothschilds, I mean, if you said to the average
Lizard
person-
people?
Well, they're not lizards, because I think that David Icke was probably, what do they call it?
Off his head.
Counterintelligence.
Oh.
Most of what he says is probably true, and some things are just red herrings. But the bottom line was I learned about the Rothschilds and all that kind of stuff.
And the banking
and
fraternity.
banking, they own the banking, and I said to Karen one day, Britain's in debt so many billions, to who? And she said, well, is it other countries? And I looked into this and I thought, well, no, they're all in debt. So the world is in debt. To who? Mars? And the answer was no, it's in debt to private companies, who are the banks.
26 dB more power in that pedal, mate.
Is it would you say it's quite cynical? It's very funny in places.
Well, you could write.
Is there a happy ending?
Yes. You were there, weren't you?
It's all lies, it's all lies, it's all lies. All lies, take the biscuit while we'll take the biscuits and the skies and the skies and the skies. All lies, drop poison while we'll take the hit.
No, D!
Let's have a close up of that plectrum.
It's a John Petrucci Jazz 3.
Right.
Okay. Oh, right, okay. Bollocks!
Greed the Rock Opera, Theatre Picaniog, Friday, February 27th. Let's see if we can put an end to this oppression, exploitation and greed. See if we can put an end to Rotkin. Rotkin must die. There is a happy ending. There is
for the viewers.
there is a ghost guitarist called Mickey J, and Mickey J roams the streets of Abertaff at night playing his guitar. Very loosely based on Mickey Jones from Man, the legendary guitarist. And he, that character meets Max and Calla, the main character, and teaches him how to play the big chord. And the big chord is like a Pete Townsend type power chord. And the village learn how to play the big chord, and this chord creates a virus, and the virus only kills the bankers and the politicians and the rich people and the greedy people, and so they comically explode.
Is there a cure for greed? Not the rock opera, but
No, there's no
there
cure.
isn't.
I thought I'd be really mean and decide that there wouldn't be a cure, so there is no cure for this naturally occurring chord-induced virus. As some people might say, well, that's a load of rubbish, but we do put a disclaimer at the end that greed is a fairy tale and it probably wouldn't happen. And then he says, would it?